Googlewhack. A Googlewhack is a contest to find a Google search query that returns a single result. A Googlewhack must consist of 2 words found in a dictionary and is only considered legitimate if both of the search terms appear in the result. Published Googlewhacks are short-lived, since when published to a website, the new number of hits will become at least 2, one to the original hit found and one to the publishing site. History. The term Googlewhack, coined by Gary Stock, first appeared on the web at Unblinking on 8 January 2002. Subsequently, Stock created the Whack Stack at Googlewhack.com to allow the verification and collection of user-submitted Googlewhacks. Googlewhacks were the basis of British comedian Dave Gorman's comedy tour, Dave Gorman's Googlewhack Adventure, and book of the same name. In these, Gorman tells the true story of how, while attempting to write a novel for his publisher, he became obsessed with Googlewhacks and traveled across the world finding people who had authored them. Although he never completed his original novel, Dave Gorman's Googlewhack Adventure went on to be a Sunday Times #1 bestseller in the UK. Participants at Googlewhack.com discovered the sporadic cleaner girl bug in Google's search algorithm where results 1 to 1 of thousands were returned for 2 relatively common words, such as anxiousness scheduler or Italianate table sides. Googlewhack went offline in November 2009 after Google stopped providing definition links. Definition needed. Gary Stock stated on the game's webpage soon afterwards that he was pursuing solutions for Googlewhack to remain viable. However, the game has not come back into play, and there is no word of when or if that will happen. Score. Some people propose the Googlewhack score, which is the product of the hits of the individual words. Thus, a Googlewhack score is highest when the individual words produce a large number of hits. Examples: pseudonymous, agronomist. Variations. New Scientist has discussed the idea of a Googlewhack blat, which is similar to a Googlewhack, except that it involves finding a single word that produces only one Google result. Lists of these have become available, but as with Googlewhacks, they result in the Googlewhack blat status of the word being destroyed, unless it is blocked by robots.txt, or the word does not produce any Google results before it is added to the list, thus performing the Googlewhack blat paradox. Those words that do not produce any Google search results at all are known as anti-Googlewhack blats before they are listed, and subsequently elevated to Googlewhack blat status if it is not blocked by robots.txt. Feedback stories are also available on the New Scientist website, thus resulting in the destruction of any existing Googlewhack blats that are ever printed in the magazine. Anti-Googlewhack blats that are posted on the feedback website become known as feedback Googlewhack blats, as their Googlewhack blat status is created. In addition, New Scientist has more recently discovered another way to obtain a Googlewhack blat without falling into the Googlewhack blat paradox. One can write the Googlewhack blat on a website, but backwards, and then search on LGoog to view the list properly, while keeping the Googlewhack blat's status as a Googlewhack blat. In contrast to Googlewhack blats, many Googlewhack blats and anti-Googlewhack blats are nonsense words or uncommon spellings that are not in dictionaries and probably never will be. A practical use of specially constructed Googlewhack blats was proposed by Leslie Lamport, although he did not use the term. Research applications. The probabilities of internet search result values for multi-word queries was studied in 2008 with the help of Googlewhacks. Based on data from 351 Googlewhacks from the Whack Stack, the Heap's law coefficient for the indexed World Wide Web, about 8 billion pages in 2008, was measured to be 0.52. This result is in line with previous studies, which used under 20,000 pages. The Googlewhacks were key in calibrating the model so that it could be extended automatically to analyze the relatedness of word pairs.